Right.
All right,
So
Jay, do you want to take it or do you want me to take it?
Ross, you can choose.
Give it to Jalen.
Okay. Sure. Jay's like,
Okay,
fuck.
give it to me.
Jay, do you not want to start?
I'm ready.
Okay, Chloe, I'm going to you.
Cool. I started them all, but that's okay,
You
Jay.
have started them all.
I mean, technically, I've started them all.
All right,
Ooh.
let's
Okay,
calm
okay,
down.
okay. Okay. Clean, are you good?
Yep.
Okay. Start recording in 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? We're back with another episode of the You Discuss podcast. Today, episode 9, we're going to be getting into drinking, drugs, parties, everything going crazy today. And we have one of our good friends on, Ryan Killeen, who's going to make this a little crazier, going to go off on a lot more tangents than we probably normally do. So it's going to be a fun one. Killeen, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Ryan, aka Hoon. I'm currently 5th year in it at UD, and I'm an exercise science major.
Oh, I'm terrified.
So excited. I've been waiting for this one for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a complete mess. I'm gonna try my best.
No,
to
it's gonna be a
everything.
masterpiece.
Rating's about to go through the roof.
Just as a note, Killeen is, I believe, on his 5th beer at the moment.
Yeah, number 5.
Okay.
It's gonna be a great time.
So let's start off and get into it. I'm going to pass off to Claudia, who's going to start off with the rules at UD surrounding everything with drinking, drugs, and all that.
Yeah, it seems only appropriate to start with the rules before we get really into the fun stuff.
As long as you know that they're supposed to be broken.
Some of them can be broken, gently broken if you do it in the right way. I think we have all broken some of them at some point, but good to know because UD, and I'm sure most other schools do have quite a few rules around drinking and even having things like you're not allowed to have pong tables, like beer pong tables in your dorm, stuff like that. So there's a lot of weird rules that you might not know about, and you don't want to get written up for something silly because you want to save those write-ups for some real fun stuff. I never got written up freshman year, actually. I got written up sophomore year. But Jay, I think you got written up freshman year, right?
Ross got written up freshman year.
No.
God.
I told you. We actually talked about this before on one of the previous ones, that I was supposed to get written up because of the alcohol that was in your room, and I was there, but nothing ever came of it. So, I mean, I don't know. I got lucky.
Right.
You got written up in your room.
You got written up in my room?
Yeah, because I was like drinking a beer on the way from the bathroom, and I went into your room, and I guess
I
one of the RAs.
remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And she knocked on the door, and she's like, "All right, go spill that beer out." And then she wrote me up.
But the best part is he went, poured it up. He came back into your room. I was sitting there, and he's like, "I just got written up for carrying an open beer through the hallway." I was like, "Well, that wasn't very smart of you." And then he just cracked another one. I'm like, he doesn't learn from his mistakes. That's nice.
Well,
I got 3 strikes. I'm fine.
Didn't you get written up for the bottle of wine also?
No, the first time was for weed.
No.
But, yeah,
Crack.
He cracks.
You can't edit those out. You got to keep them in.
Oh my God.
So
Good
the
start.
number 1 rule at UD is obviously if you're under 21, you are not allowed to drink. That's just the United States, whether you think that's a great thing or not. It is what it is. But if you are 21 and your roommates are not, you still can have alcohol in your room as long as you're the only one drinking it, which is kind of hard to prove. But technically, if you're 21 and you have under 21 roommates, you're still allowed to have alcohol if you're on campus.
Sorry, I lost you. Give me a second. I'm coming back.
I'd be like this the whole time.
Yeah, no, I had something to say, but I just
Yeah, Killeen, this is the type of stuff that we just like keep going with, and then we have to like edit it out afterwards.
Okay.
all right, yeah, that's fine.
I'm ready. All right, here we go. I'll start it off, okay? Yeah, so I know in like freshman year, there's no one that's over 21. So basically, like you're not allowed to have alcohol in your room whatsoever. But in the towers, like we would see people walking in with cases of beer and stuff. I guess you could assume that they were above 21, but also I walked into the towers with cases of beer and stuff. It was not 21. So like you just gotta be careful with it. I know that they do, like, RAs will like sometimes ask for your ID. Like I don't remember who it was, but someone was in the elevator with like alcohol and the RA asked to see their ID. So I guess you gotta just be careful when like with that. But
Gotta put it in a duffel bag.
yeah, that's like the most common. But I feel like, okay, so like they like UD has the rules, but they're also not stupid. It's a party school. It is it's a drinking.
We were the #1 party school for a
Right,
year.
right. So like
Represent.
so like they know what's happening. Even the RAs, like our RA freshman year, knew exactly what was happening on our floor, like all the time. Like it's no secret. But like if you're just not like, don't be dumb, and they're not gonna like. I mean, I don't know. I guess our floor is like the exception, just because like everyone was super cool, and like Hannah was awesome. But like, if you have alcohol in your room, people had alcohol in their fridge. Like, don't be a Killeen and walk around our hallway like with an open beer.
Have
Like,
some common sense.
Right? Like just
Yeah.
like you know, like if you're like just not being an asshole about it and just keep it in your room.
I was trying to test the limits. All right.
Well, and I think
He's not a role
another-
model.
Yeah, don't
Clearly
follow
not.
Hoon's example. No, and I think it's also important, like Jay, kind of like what you're saying. If you are under 21 drinking anywhere, understand that you're taking a legal risk that you might get in trouble. Like, I hated when people would get so pissed off and they'd be like, they have no right to write me up. I'm like, well, you're 19 and you're chugging Kirkland vodka from the bottle. Like, you're technically doing something
just
wrong.
us, Claudia. That was just us.
No, not I was
Nobody
a
else did
child
that.
of God.
Right. Okay. So we're still doing that. We'll wait for another 5 minutes to pass. Okay. No problem. But
Yeah, just understand the risks. Understand that you might get written up. You might get in trouble. It's the college experience to get written up. It's really not as awful as you might think.
they're really cool. Like Delaware's they're just chill. They're really not like they're not trying to go crazy. They're not knocking on every single person's door every second trying to find stuff. Like they're just super chill. They know it's happening, and just like as long as you're being I don't want to say somewhat safe, but like I don't know, like if you're not blatantly obvious and it's like you're not dying or anything and you're just in a room drinking with your friends, like they're not I don't want to say that they're okay with that, because they're not, but like they're not going to come find you and sniff out every single room to see where the alcohol is.
Yeah, it also depends on the RA too, though. Like if your RA is cool, because like you guys had a cool RA, mine was cool. Like as long as you don't do it in their face,
right? Which you did.
Understand, like they can't just come knock on your door and say, "Show me what's in your room" randomly. Like they don't have the right to do that. But if there's a complaint, if there's a noise violation, if they clearly hear you saying "chug, chug, chug" kind of thing, like, then they have the right to come and investigate. So like also just be smart about how you're doing it. Like keep it low key if you plan on drinking wherever, if you're under 21, like just be safe about it.
Yeah, if you are drinking, just be careful with the music and stuff like that you're not like blasting.
I feel like that's why most people get caught with alcohol. It's not because of the drinking, like, and everything. It's just because it's so freaking loud in a room, and they get a noise complaint. And then when the RAs go in there and they see 6 bottles on the desk, then they're like, okay.
Well, you also had a DJ as a roommate.
I was not talking about me. I was talking about other people's possible experiences.
Hypothetical situations.
Yes.
Yeah. And remember, we talked about this before, but complicity is the rule where if you are somewhere where an illegal thing is happening, whether you're participating in it or not, you can still get in trouble because you didn't go tattle on all of your friends. So it's a dumb rule, but I understand why they have it. Just be aware of your surroundings and who you're with, because you can get in trouble for that as well.
Yeah, if you're
just make sure all your friends are drinkers too.
I don't think that's what the rule is saying.
I think that's a great
If you're not a
plan.
drinker, if you're not a drinker, make sure your friends aren't drinkers.
That's yeah. There
Find the
you go.
appropriate friends who participate in the same
Right.
activities you
Yes.
do.
Exactly.
Exactly. But yeah, I know, Claudia, you said last time that you don't like that rule, but like if you think about it, like even you said, like it makes sense why it is a rule. Like you can't, it does though. Like you can't, like if the four of us are in a room, you three are drinking and I'm not, and they walk in and there's a bunch of alcohol everywhere, like why? Like they can't assume that I am being the innocent one drinking my bottled water, ready to go to bed at 9:30.
They can breathalyze you.
They could, but
It's a
I
lazy
think-
way out. That's
Yeah.
my opinion. There's a lot of other ways you could do it. I understand why they have it.
Yeah,
There's better things that you can do.
that is fair.
But
yes. The other Claudia had mentioned that you can't have a pong table in your room, obviously, but you basically cannot have any drug or alcoholic like paraphernalia in your room whatsoever. So like pong tables, funnels, bongs, with like anything along those lines. Even if it is not a like specific like made for whatever you're using it for. Like I know a lot of people, especially in Gilby, would take the wardrobe doors off.
Yeah. Whose wardrobe
Yeah.
door?
Yeah, and my wardrobe door, and use them as a pong table. That count if the RA sees that, like that counts as a pong table. That's not a closet door with cups on it.
Very innovative.
Yeah.
So you just gotta, again, careful where you put it. They're not gonna be looking for it unless you give them a reason to look for it. So
yeah, and like that means no funnels, no bongs, nothing like that. Like anything that could look incriminating. Best
Make
to
sure you
steer
hide.
clear. Or hide. Yeah. They're when they come in, they're not allowed to open anything. They can't move stuff to look. So like if you are looking to have anything in your room, alcohol, anything like that, hide it. They can't go looking for it. I feel like this is less of a hey, don't drink underage, and more like, hey, here's how to do it. Like
Here's how to get
But,
away
like,
with it.
But that's the thing, like obviously there's a lot of people, but I don't want to say drinking is a part of college, but like
Yeah, it is.
Jason,
It
who
kinda
has
is.
the audacity to not drink?
right, like I mean, but like it kind of is. Like I don't like my mom. I remember when I was going to college, like I got that. I know, like literally, she said, "I know you're going to be drinking," but and I get all like the rules, safety, and everything. So I feel like that's how, that's a good way to teach it instead of you cannot drink. Like that's not that does
Yeah,
not.
those are the
that
kids that
doesn't
go
happen.
fucking crazy.
Right.
Like,
Well,
exactly.
that was a big issue at UD. It's kind of like abstinence only sex education. If you tell people you can't do it, they're gonna do it anyway. So you might as well just teach them how to do it safely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
I would say I'm in that small group, but I have a reason why I shouldn't drink.
Right. I mean, you always have people who literally can't. I know there was somebody else on our floor who couldn't drink, but it is what it is. It's going to happen. Just be safe and don't make horrible decisions.
I'll just say quickly for people listening, like I have epilepsy, so like it's not ideal for me to drink or even really like at all. And Jalen claims to, I believe, have seen me drunk like maybe one or two times, but like I still disagree.
I have seen it once. It happened. I have no proof whatsoever, but
And he's gonna hold on to that memory forever.
I am. And nobody else was there to make it even more, believable.
But yeah, so
So Jay's just manufacturing things.
I'm not the best in these categories, but that's why we have that.
Well, they're always
That's why.
that's why you have that. Well, in case, sometimes when I would be a little further than my body could handle, it was always nice to have Ross to make sure that I was going to be okay. But in any situation, so if you have a friend, or I guess yourself, but you wouldn't really be calling, if you have a friend that is like really, really sick from alcohol and like they need
or
help,
drugs or any substance.
right. So if they need help, the university has an amnesty program, which basically you call the school and they will come and they'll send like an ambulance or whatever to come and help out the kid who's like really sick, and you won't get in trouble for it. I honestly think it's a really good idea, just because I think if they didn't have that, a lot of people would think if you call, then it's like, oh, they're going to know that I'm drinking or I was doing drugs and I'm going to get in trouble. And this is kind of like, we're trying to make sure that you just save this kid's life in case of anything bad happening to them. It's like, how about you call and make sure that they're okay and have the university help them instead of just leaving them like passed out asleep in their bed if they actually do need help.
And it's important to remember with that amnesty policy as well, you will not get in any legal trouble. Like, I want to emphasize that of like, if you call, no one's going to come after you. The cops can't arrest anybody in the situation for it. The whole goal of the program is to make sure that everyone gets home safe. I know we've had multiple friends or multiple people we know have had to have amnesty called on them. And I think you have to go to basics, which basics is a class by student conduct. I think, have all of us gone except Ross?
Yep, I've been there twice.
The three of us have all gone. I went for my complicity write-up and weed, and I think I don't know what you guys did, but basics is pretty much they go in, they tell you all about drugs and alcohol and what's good and bad. You meet with a counselor individually to talk about it, and they have a usage reduction but not prevention program. And this is just from the research that I found on their website. You can find more details on it at the UD website. But basically, they're looking to make sure you do things safely, not try and stop you from doing it, basically. So it's a good program. Try to avoid it if you can. They call your mom, but...
I just say, I mean, my number one reason to try to avoid basics is that they do it outside of class times. So my appointment for basics was at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was not happy because I had to go down to campus at 6:30 in the morning to get to my basics class at 7. And I was like, okay, never doing this again. I was like, lesson learned. Not doing that again.
Yeah, well, isn't it supposed to be like 2 group sessions? Because I know I had one group session where they basically just like you go over like the bad effects of alcohol, all that crap. And then I was honest about like what I said. I was honest about my drinking. I was like, oh, if I'm going out, I'm gonna have like 10 beers. And they're like, I had to meet with someone one-on-one. And she was like, binge drinking isn't a good thing.
Drinking is very bad.
Drink is bad, okay. But like 10, I get like. I kind of start feeling drunk, but like I'm a heavyweight.
You're not human. Also,
that's the thing.
I'm Irish, all right.
I think in the state of Delaware, like the doctors say, like if you have more than 3 beverages on a night out drinking, it's binge drinking, and I'm like, we're in college. Like you think Hoon's 5 beers deep and it's a podcast?
Now,
like...
I'm about to finish my 6th actually.
Oh, so great. But
amazed me.
Amnesty is very important. Remember about that. You can always call it. There's signs everywhere. Save the phone number. Take advantage of it if you need to.
Yeah, somehow I never needed amnesty at Delaware, but I did at Fairfield.
You didn't even go there.
I know, I was visiting. And I only got caught because I pissed on the RA's door.
Oh my God.
Good times.
Didn't you piss on someone's door in Gilby too?
No, I pissed on my wardrobe. Or actually my roommates accidentally.
Yeah, we brought in a great guest for you guys today.
Oh, this is gonna be the best listened to podcast for sure.
Oh, and Killeen brings out my bad side. I'm not gonna be all innocent. Like, God.
Yeah, I'm usually to balance Jay out.
Yeah, but Killeen overrides that. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Killeen and I.
All right, cheers to that.
Killeen and
gosh.
I mean, actually, we haven't. Oh, you know what I should go over? So, how did I meet Killeen? Let's go over
Good
this
story.
So,
That's a great one.
Killeen and I have known each other like since freshman year. We are very good friends now. Like, he's definitely one of my best friends from Delaware. But when I first met him, he came. It was the very first time. For once, I shouldn't say for once. I was in my room, just like early night, in my bed, trying to go
No,
to
for
sleep.
once is correct, Jay.
And Killeen knocks on our door. We say, come in. It's just me and my two roommates. He comes in, like, he's like drunk as shit and has like, I don't know, has like 2 beers in his hand. And he's just like, where's Jay? And I don't know this kid. I have no idea. I've never seen him. No, I've seen him before, but like, I've never met this kid in my life. And I was like, who are you? Or I said something. I was like, what's up? So he decided to climb up my bunk bed and then just start hitting me in my bed for no reason whatsoever. And I
And
don't know
someone
this kid.
definitely told me. I forget who, but someone told me to do it.
I don't know why. And then you just left. And then he just left. He just left. And then for the next 2 weeks, we still weren't friends. We didn't like talk or anything, but he'd leave Domino's boxes in my bed every single night so that I'd go to bed and there'd just be a pizza box empty. Wouldn't even leave me a slice. Just an empty pizza box in my bed every night for 2 weeks. And then I don't know what happened, but like we finally I guess introduced each other to ourselves. Hello to each other.
Jalen is also 7 beers deep, apparently.
So that's how I met Killeen.
That's
Why
how-
we're friends.
That's how
now,
friendships are made.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
know how we're friends.
The
to
best
be honest,
friendships.
but psycho.
Hitting people and giving them empty pizza boxes.
Right.
That's
I
why.
think- I li- like, why would you?
It's a
like,
peace
leave me
offering.
A slice.
I don't know.
God.
Because you're
I think
trash,
this is-
and so I thought your bed was like the trash.
Great.
So
I think this is
beautiful.
a good transition into, instead of the rules at UD, maybe just drinking, drugs, and parties at UD.
And how to do it correctly. And I mean
Yes.
that in more of a safety rather than a binge drinking way, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the first thing we have written down for how to be safe while you're drinking and doing drugs is know yourself and your limits, which I think Hoon is the best person to talk on this topic. Yeah.
Wait, that's wait. That's sarcasm, right?
Yes, of course it
Oh,
is.
okay.
I
feel
mean,
We're
like-
joking
I
about
was
him
about to
having
say-
7 beers for a podcast.
I feel like Ross is the best person to talk about this.
I know.
I mean, yeah,
I feel like I'm
my limit is mostly just like until I go to sleep or like pass out.
That's not true. The amount of beers you drink while you're sleeping, like it
Or
doesn't. make
that's trying to
sense.
go to sleep.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so I'll just say in general, first off, it's the first time that you're off by yourself. You're not like under your parents' house and that you really have to just rely on yourself and maybe your roommate or friends, but you're really just like controlling what you're going to be drinking or doing. So you have to figure out really what your limits are and know what you're doing. And I guess in my particular case, I know really not to get drunk, even though Jay will say otherwise. That first of all, I don't like hard liquor, so I'll basically never drink that. So really, when it comes to beers, I'll know my limit is before I get like drunk or tipsy or whatever, say like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 beers, whatever. So, I mean, that's just my example. And just like to make sure that you know yourself really when you're coming into school, what you're going into.
And I think
And I didn't really drink in high school or
I
anything.
was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Like I never drank in high school. And so coming in, I was kind of like, alcohol? That's what the cool kids do. Like, okay. So you really have to learn your limits. Like the one thing that I hate more than anything is getting sick. I do not want to get sick. I do not want to go to bed drunk. Like it just makes me feel icky. So like I always know that, Jay, don't look at me that way. You know that's true.
Yeah, but you don't do that.
Yes, I do. What are you talking about? I stayed up for 3 hours and cleaned my room because I didn't want to have to even be a little bit drunk.
Okay, we'll put air quotes around this whole thing.
No one wants to believe me. Oh my God, ridiculous. Just know what your limits are. Don't push them too far. I think that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, I think
Come
it's
yell at me.
so. Like again, like we were saying before, like people drink at Delaware. It's no secret. So like when you're drinking, like I think when I like, because I drank a little bit in high school, but not like I did like at college, and I think like at first I was like it like kind of like what Ross said, like it's the first time you're off on your own. So like if you're out somewhere and you're like drunk, like you got to get back to some like said place. And I remember freshman year, literally the first night that I moved in, we went to the Nage on Cleveland, and the cops came, and I had literally no idea where I was. I didn't know how to get back to Gilbert because it was our first day there, and I was literally just like, "Well, this is not how I wanted to start it out." But like, I think you'll know your limit. Like, I feel like for me, like I get drunk, but like that's not. I don't want to say that's not the limit, but it's like I'll be drunk, but it'll be like a good drunk, and you're like just vibing, just having a good time. And like you're just chilling. But then like when you get past that like already drunk state to blackout and wake up and have no idea what happened for the last 15 hours, that's a problem. That's not good. Don't want to do that. Don't recommend. Do not do that.
He said don't recommend.
But you've also done we've all done that several times.
I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Plead the fifth. Well,
I mean, I know at least me and Jay have.
Fair.
Oh, Jalen. Yeah, I think with knowing your limits also is what environment you want to be in when you drink. I know a lot of people who are like, I see no point in sitting down and having a glass of wine with dinner. Like a lot of people are like, if I'm going to drink, I'm doing it for a purpose and they want to go party. Other people do not like the idea of being out in public and being incapacitated. So pick your environment. Why are you laughing at me, Jalen?
That's you. Claudia literally will go out, and Claudia wants to be home by 9:30 the latest.
I like to be in bed, watching my TV shows, listening to my stories.
She wants a tequila tonic, a glass of water, and then to be out of there.
And a bucket of fries.
Yes, to be out.
Well, that was always the long-running joke of people would always say, like, Claudia never goes out, and Jay's like, no, we were here 2 hours ago. She already went home. Like,
yeah, she left already.
Pre-game is my party.
I definitely like. We drank a lot at college, but it was always like I feel like we always wanted to just like either like go out and everything, and like it would be fun, but sometimes we'd just be like, hey, like let's just go to someone's house and just play some games and drink. Like we'd sit, literally the four of us would sit and watch South Park and finish a case of beer just casually,
or sit on my porch. The porch was the number one place to be.
Yeah, right.
The porch,
so like we kind
power
of
hours.
found, yeah.
Hey, go to YouTube, search up the hottest power hour.
Oh,
That's
boy.
the tradition in this group. You gotta watch it. Mom,
Let's
not
go.
you.
A big thing between me and Jay senior year, junior year, it was a Birrio Kart.
Birrio Kart.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
still playing Birrio Kart.
Hell yeah, always play Birrio Kart. If you don't know what Birrio Kart is, look it up. Highly recommend.
Or it's just you got to kill a beer before the race ends. And then
No
whoever
drinking and
wins
driving.
wins.
I guess
And no drinking and driving. Yeah, because that's
that was
elite.
kind of simple. But this group's all-time favorite game, of course, is Ride the Bus. There's no game.
Oh yeah, baby. That was the first game
It's
I
always
learned at
dimes
college.
unless it's not.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Yep, that's the rule of the game.
So there was one time, sophomore year, where we all went out and we were drinking, whatever, got back, kept drinking like in Ross and I's room, and then like I don't know, people went back to their respective areas or whatever. I don't know. I fell asleep on the couch in the living room.
As he always does.
It was comfy. I wake up.
You did have a comfy couch.
That couch in the towers was not comfy.
No, not even slightly.
Oh, I thought this was in your house.
No, the tower's couch, which was not
Sophomore
comfy.
year.
Yeah, but I woke up at 5:30 in the morning to a Ryan, Killeen, and a Claudia standing over my body with alcohol saying, "Ride the bus." And I was like, what? They're like, we're going to play Ride the Bus. So I was like, it is literally like almost 6 o'clock in the morning. They're like, We can watch the
It
sunrise
was
and
later
play.
than that. I
don't know
remember
what
I
time
was
it
like,
was.
I had woken up for the morning to like go, and Killeen was in my room. Was like, should we go wake up Jay? I'm like, 100% we should. It was like 7:30. Like,
I don't know. It was just freaking early, and like it wasn't even like a day that you'd get up to. Like if it was like St. Patty's Day or something, like we'd get up early to drink anyway. But just like a random. I don't even think. I think it was like a Sunday, and you guys were just like, "Let's keep going," and I'm like, "No, I don't really want to." And then we played Ride the Bus. But yeah, I mean, freshman year, like definitely there's this always like, all right, where's the parties tonight? It's like, all right, we can go to Cleveland, we can go to Benny, we can go to South Chat, North Chat, wherever. But as you go through the years, like by sophomore year, if you ask me like, hey, let's go to a frat party, like I literally rather spend my Saturday night in the library by myself than go to a freaking frat party. But like it's
That's not
definitely
true.
part.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
It
cap.
is true. Okay, not the library, but like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Jalen, did you even go to the library
I
like
did- I
for
worked-
academic reasons?
I worked there. Okay, I worked at the library.
Yeah, but did you study there?
So what I was saying, I think, I think like it's definitely a part of the experience. Like they're fun, but
Yeah, they get old quick.
yeah.
If
so-
you're not, especially like, because as a guy, like if you're not in a frat, it's going to be hard to get into them. So it's kind of just like hit or miss. So either you walk to the frat party and you either get in or you don't. If you don't, then
You
you just got to
gotta-
go back home.
Gotta be willing to pay money or have a good ratio of guys to girls, which is a gross concept, but it is what it is.
Yeah, just always remember to have fives on you. Guys are fives.
If anyone asks you for more than $5, please turn around and leave. It is not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know now. If a guy asks you for $20,
It's not worth $5.
do not do it. Do not.
And it's gonna be some frat kid at the front who thinks that his party's all that because he's like in machi or something, and it's like, oh god, calm down. Like it's a frat party. It's gonna be sweaty. Someone's gonna spill jungle juice on me, and I'm gonna go home mad. Like that's what frat parties are, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. I saw you about to talk, so I was gonna
I saw
wait.
you about to talk,
I
and so
know.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Do you
I
want
can
to
go
talk
for it.
about pre-gaming,
Yeah,
going
I'll do
into binge drinking,
Yeah,
and
I got you.
Ready?
So before obviously going out, like nobody goes out to a party sober. Well, maybe people do. I don't.
I don't know anyone that does
I don't.
personally.
But honestly, like especially like junior and senior year, like pre-gaming a party or going out to like a bar or anything. Pre-game sometimes like I feel like we'd pre-game sometimes and just like end up not going out. I would be like, all right, let's pre-game. Everybody be dressed, ready to go, and then 3 hours later, we're already like just drunk in someone's living room. We're like, yeah, no, we're not leaving. Like it's not happening. But
it's also
pre-game
like
was-
if it's winter, it's cold. You don't want to
Yeah.
like you can't wear a jacket there because there's nowhere to put it. Like it's just miserable.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I think it was kind of nice, especially. I mean, for senior year at least, we lived in good spots on opposite sides of campus. So like Thursdays, like we always would go to Pitchers, and Ross and I lived literally down the block from Pitchers. So it's like I'd get off my 6 to 9, run to Claudia's house. We'd walk back to my house. We'd have a pregame with all of our friends, and then we'd just walk down the block to Pitchers, call it a night. And then like Saturday or Friday, yeah, we'd go to Claudia's house and pregame because she's down the block from Kate's. And it was just like, let's just go. So we maximized we thought it through where we were picking where we were living, that we wanted to make sure we were close to our respective bars.
Yeah, always try to be close to Main Street.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that I picked my house because of its vicinity to certain bars, but I respect the effort, Jalen.
I mean, it worked
Thank
out
you.
in the end.
I think you did subconsciously and you didn't realize it.
All right, you know what? I'll take it. That's.
I mean,
fair.
also, I can't believe I'm the one saying this, but also make sure you're close to like main campus to like your classes because you don't want to be walking 20 minutes to each class.
That's if you went, Killeen.
Especially if you have 8 beers in your system.
Right.
Exactly. Especially if you're hungover, like you do not want to be making that walk.
I think the worst was me being hungover, walking from our place on Cleveland to Penny, near Perkins, and I just remember I'm like, what did I like? Why did I do this? I was like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? So bad. It's such a far walk, and when you're hungover, like you don't want to be walking.
You're taking the bus.
Eh.
Yeah, but like the whole like bus schedule is shoddy. I had to do it for like a whole winter session, and I got screwed so many times. I just had to end up Ubering a bunch of
Well,
times.
winter session they have less like bus rides during compared.
Yeah.
But we talked about that last episode.
Yes. But yeah, so pre-gaming, I mean, pre-games are always, especially on the porch, like pre-gaming was, I love pre-gaming. I like pre-gaming. It got to a point, especially like, I guess like sophomore, oh no, I'm probably like junior year, especially where like we all had houses instead of like dorm rooms.
Yeah.
And like we wouldn't go out. I did not go to a single frat party my junior, senior year. I didn't want to go.
I barely went sophomore year.
Yeah,
I probably went to like
to
4, and I was like, that's enough.
I went a couple times sophomore year, and that was it. I was like, I don't. But yeah, it was always, I don't know. It's just like more fun. And I like being around like people I know instead of in a dark, sweaty, about to fall basement.
Yeah. Yeah, not great.
But I also like that all my alcohol was at my house. So like,
and your snacks.
right?
Your bed.
Yeah, right. All the 3 most important things
things
about a night out are all in my house.
Yeah, the only thing is Domino's is too close to Jay's house to deliver, and he would
that was
really.
So
it was
annoying.
A block and a half down the street, and he would refuse to walk and get it.
Because first off, they closed carry out at like midnight, so you couldn't even order past midnight to go pick it up. So it's like, what am I supposed to do from 12 to 3?
Just imagine being so close to a place that they won't deliver to you.
Right. Like we could see
so
it.
Annoying.
We could literally walk out of our back door, turn left, and Domino's is staring at us with a big fuck you saying that they won't deliver to us.
Especially too, because there was a one like farther down in Cleveland, and then they moved closer to you on North College.
Yeah. Exactly. It made no sense. Also, pro tip, you cannot deliver to Domino's. I tried that and got denied. I saw my cheesy bread and they would not give it to me for security reasons, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. So like we can't deliver to my house. So we delivered Domino's to Domino's and they told us that they couldn't give us our food, which was really sad.
And so wait, did you already have it paid for and everything?
Yeah, they've had to refund the money.
Oh, okay. At least you got a refund.
Still annoying.
I want my cheesy bread.
Fuck the money. I want my cheesy bread.
I feel like the one place where you don't have to worry about a security threat to a Domino's is Newark, Delaware. Like the worst thing that's going to happen is a kid's going to come in too drunk demanding pizza and then fall over. Like
yeah, things like Domino's and Subway are going to be very popular when you're drunk or high and you want to just get a really like bad food.
Yeah. Oh, the pod. Subway at the pod.
Yeah.
Oh God, not this again.
I went behind. I don't think I was with any of you. I don't remember who I was with, but it was after party. I went to the pod, and the line for Subway was too long, so I went and tried to make my own sandwich, and I got kicked out of the pod. And I was really upset because I was like, "No, I can't even get my freaking Subway." It was so sad. God. I'm trying to find a transition into binge drinking. It's not working. I can't do it. I have no idea.
I think you should start with like, okay, if you are planning on bringing alcohol to a party or something like that, like put it in an unmarked bottle. Like the cops can't check it. Like just a safety thing.
Skip the binge drinking.
What?
Well, and then no. And then I think you can move it into like, all right. And when you do that, like, I think it's good.
Okay.
It's a good thing for us to mention. Like, you've heard the word binge drinking a lot. Like, let's clarify what that means and like what you can do to not do that because it genuinely isn't a good idea.
Binge drinking, aka horsing.
Horsing.
I will glad you can explain binge drink. I will gladly honestly go for it. All right, cool.
I'm definitely bringing up the last time we were at Mimosas.
God, please. Okay.
All right, wait. Before we start, let me grab some more beers.
We need to set a limit on this.
No,
What are we
no
at?
such thing.
We're 40
Holy
minutes.
fuck! How?
Yeah. We gotta kind of get moving on this. Your girl also has to go make some cookies.
I mean, that's not a necessity.
Shh. It's a necessity. I'm PMSing.
I mean, hey, if it gets long, it gets long. I don't care.
I care. No, I think we can briefly say, if you're traveling, unmarked bottles, talk about binge drinking for a second. We are also talked about
We
frats
just did.
a little bit.
Yeah, we did just do frats.
So
Yeah,
getting rid
so
of
like,
it.
I think we can just move that above, yeah, and then we can
Yeah.
say like, okay, for those who are over 21, here are some of our like favorite places, which is all of them.
So can I just get rid of this whole parties thing?
Yeah,
Whole
I
parties
say
thing?
get rid of it.
Because we already did frats, and then so we'll do that little bit. We'll talk about restaurants, and we
And
can
then-
all say which is our favorite, and then these miscellaneous of like, hey,
Down.
just some additional tips and tricks that we've found throughout the years.
Cool. Sounds good.
So what's the
Are
game
you
plan?
start?
Just
So
go with the flow.
we just
You'll be fine.
just
You'll-
chat.
Yeah,
just
as I
chat.
usually do.
Yeah, you'll be fine. All right,
Ready?
Ross, give me. So we've been talking about going out, going to parties. Not really. This doesn't really apply to the bars, but if you're going out and you're bringing alcohol with you, you cannot bring it in. Like, if you're bringing beer, like you can't just carry a beer can around campus.
I
If
beg
you're-
to differ.
Stop it.
I've never been caught. I've done it so many times.
Legally, don't come out
Legally.
with, don't
Okay,
bring your
legally.
handle of Svedka through
Right,
the
right.
campus.
You
We're
can't
trying to
walk
help
around.
people here.
We'll get
I'm just
to.
trying to be a bad influence.
I was gonna say we'll get to the bad influences in a second. But when you're walking around, like the most popular thing to do is just put it in a Gatorade bottle. I think 75% of people that have drank at the University of Delaware have had some sort of drink that consists of vodka and blue Gatorade, because that's what everyone does.
Blue head
But-
shots.
Yeah. So just make sure that like you're not just blatantly carrying around alcohol. If you have it in like the Gatorade bottle, like the cops can't ask you like what's in it. Like, I mean, if you're like stumbling and walking down the middle of the street, like then that's like probable cause for them to ask.
Also, no, they'll know what's in it if you're
Right,
stumbling down Main Street.
Right. So like again, like the school's not stupid. They know exactly what is in your hand, but it's kind of I guess it's a loophole. Like that's how you do it. You don't walk around with marked stuff unless you're Killeen, who constantly will walk around with a half empty beer case from wherever he is to my house, demanding that we drink at 10:30 a.m. on a Tuesday when I have class.
At 10:40.
He'll be waiting when you get back at noon.
Yeah. So it's funny. I don't think I've ever seen you show up somewhere with a full case of beer. It is always like open.
I mean, yeah, because usually like we'll all get something together, or I'll bring something. But of course, before I come, I'm gonna have a few beers.
Of course, Jack, come on.
I remember I took Killeen to the liquor store and he bought a case of beer, and literally we got into a fight about why I wouldn't let him open one when his house is literally across the street from the liquor store. Not even a minute drive. And he was complaining because I told him that he couldn't open the case yet. And I'm like, we're literally like, we can see your house from the liquor store. Like, can we just wait the 45 seconds until we get back to your place?
That sounds very on brand.
Wait, also, okay, I want to know, because I've heard that the passenger in Delaware and Missouri can be drinking in a car.
Yes, correct.
That is
Correct.
okay. I just wanted to clarify that to people.
That is correct.
Okay, so yeah, it's legal in Delaware, everybody. So
Y'all can get hammered in the car as long as the driver's sober. That's the
Yes,
moral of the
yes.
story.
It is
Yes.
legal to, which is I don't know how that's legal. It's kind of
I know, but it's awesome. Especially with how strict Delaware is with underage drinking. Like they'll have like sting ops in the fucking liquor stores looking
They
for
do.
like people using fakes and stuff.
Yeah. I got carded like walking around the liquor store last time I was there.
I get like they'll always card you, especially in a college town. I've had a few where they've threatened to call the cops on me. I was very old in college, like I was 21 going into junior year. So I would go and like always picking up stuff, like my roommates would want a bottle of wine, something like that. And I remember one of the liquor stores was like, I'm from Florida, so I had a Florida ID. And they were like, "You really think this is real? We're going to call the cops on you." I was like, "Okay. Sounds great. Do it. Like you're just wasting everybody's time because no one wanted to believe that you're actually 21.
Let's talk about your old Florida license. One, it looked nothing
okay,
like you.
Fair.
One, it looked nothing like you. Two, is old as shit. Three, it had a huge crease in the middle that like the card was literally bent in half at all times.
Yeah, but it was scanned perfectly. You could pull up everything.
Yeah, but you got to know it still looks like a fake, especially if it's already been bent.
Yeah.
That's fair. It was funny. I remember I was at AJR concert pre-COVID. Fantastic show. And I went up and like everyone there is like in middle school. Like clearly I'm older than everybody there. I handed her my busted up ID and she said, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me." And I was like, "Ma'am, I promise I am 22. Like, I swear." And she gave it to me after a while, but I was like, "I have a picture of my passport if that's better." Our friend lost her ID and had to bring her passport to the bars. She kept it in a fanny pack. It was fantastic.
Yeah. There was a time where Claudia and I, it was just, after school, went to go to Grotto's to get beers. And
oh my God, yes.
We go up to the bouncer and Claudia gives the guy like her ID and he looks at her and he was like, "Do you have any other form of identification?" And like Claudia, like it's happened to Claudia so many times, like both of us were just like, whatever, like this happens. And she was like, "Do you want me to sign into like my student account and show you my birth date?" And he goes, "No, show me your Snapchat." So now Claudia
he said it. He was like, "You got Snapchat?" And I was like,
"Yeah."
Why?
So Claudia and I laugh because I'm like, "Oh, this guy's literally just hitting on her." Like I thought like you actually wanted to see more.
Thanks for the compliment, Jalen.
But Claudia and I laughed. This guy got so angry that we laughed, like, glared at us, and like was like, "You guys think this is a joke?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, because you just asked." She offered to give you university proof of her age, and instead you asked for her Snapchat. I'm like, "Yes, we think this. Yeah, like yes, we think this is a freaking joke." And he's like, "Next time you pull that, you guys aren't coming in." I was like, "What the? What happened?" I'm so confused.
And we were also like old seniors. Like
Right.
this is not. We're not new to this. Like
yeah, and
we're
like,
not gonna be dumb and bring a fake to Grotto's. Like,
right.
come
And
on.
like we were literally like, it wasn't even like nighttime. It was just 6:00. Wanted a beer on a Wednesday. When we literally just went, got 2 big beers, talked, and left. And I was just like, this was way too stressful. Like this should not have been as bad as it was.
Yeah, well, that is a good tip while we're on it of don't even try to bring a fake ID to the bars.
Yeah,
You might be the one out of a million who gets in, but probably not. You're gonna lose your money.
It will not work.
Yeah, my brother tried that. They immediately knew, and they also, I think they get like $20 or $25 per fake that they take. So like they have a reason to take it. Yeah,
they are looking for them. Your fake will not work.
That was my roommate.
Got a nice cameo right there.
So your fake will not work. Don't try. Because I had a fake ID in college. I had mine. I think I got it like sophomore year, but that was I'd never even considered trying to go to a bar with my fake ID. I wasn't doing it.
It's there's like no the point. One thing you don't do at UD. Yeah. Like you can get away with a lot of stuff. You do not do fakes at ID.
It will not work.
Fakes at ID at UD.
Oh my God, I love ID. But yeah, speaking of our lovely bouncers, our bars on campus, once you're 21, it's kind of honestly like we have good bars, but there's just so few. And like they've been, I don't know, a couple of them closed down, which is kind of sad. But like there's like the main couple that everyone goes to, especially depending on the day of the week. Get those bar specials. Very important.
We should like post a link to whatever picture one of us had of like all the different specials.
Yes, we
So
should. We'll post it on the Instagram.
So
Yes.
I have it. I have that picture, but I heard
It's outdated.
Yeah.
Yeah, with COVID and everything.
With
like
COVID.
even like Kate's doesn't do the nachos anymore.
Right.
I mean, I think they're
I'll
bringing
make
back
a new
most of them.
spreadsheet.
Yeah,
I'll make a new spreadsheet. It's okay.
Yeah.
Homegrown always still has a lot of deals. I know
Yeah.
that.
Homegrown is a great place for
Blacking out like Killeen.
Oh, I was gonna say they have fantastic food, great like alternative diet things, and like the best drink deals ever. Like they always have
$2 singles, $4 doubles.
$4 doubles. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Bottomless mimosas where you can drink
$1
an hour and
beers.
black out.
Yeah, you can. Killeen said that he wanted to tell his story, so you can go ahead and tell your story about your.
And then we'll talk about binge drinking.
Well, yeah, this kind of alludes into it, I guess. But yeah, so bottomless mimosas, you get endless. Like it's kind of whack because you got to wait for the waiter every time. But I like literally anytime the waiter came over, I would just kill it, and I'd just be like, okay, can I get another one? And so yeah, I got the 10, and I don't remember leaving at all. I woke up in my bed at like 8 p.m. on a Sunday.
He got there at 11, and literally was gone by like 11:20, and literally had 10 mimosas in that span. And the guy was like, "You have to order food with your mimosas." He was like, "Can I get a bucket of fries for my friends?" And I was like, "That's not what he meant whatsoever." Like that's literally not what he was saying. And then,
but it worked.
Yep,
it worked. Yeah, I mean, I got to 10,
and then he got kicked out after he left.
Oh yeah, he was like, "All right, I can't serve him anymore." Yeah, and I was already gone.
Like he left, and then our waiter came over and was like, "I can't serve him anymore." And we were like, He's gone. He was like, "Oh, thank God." I was like, "Yeah, we're thinking the same thing, dude."
Yeah.
I went again the next week,
and you got kicked out again.
Well, yeah, but this was before. Like, okay, so I went in like 6 deep already, and then I got the bottomless. I think it was the same waiter actually, and he gives me my 4th one, and apparently he was telling me I can't like drink the whole thing in front of him, but of course I did it because I was trying to get another one. And so I did it, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off. I can't serve you anymore." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna head out." Just left my card, and I was like, "All right, whatever."
But yeah, like Claudia said, great transition into binge drinking.
Yes.
Here we go.
So Killeen is our binge drinker of the group.
National champ.
Yeah, he's our binge drinker. It. Like, okay, again, like even basics class, like binge drinking was, what is it considered? 4 beers or something?
I think over 5
drinks, 3 drinks within a night out, or 3 drinks within a 2-hour span or something, or 3-hour span. Like it's a ludicrously low. Like I have 2 or 3 glasses of wine to like have date night kind of thing. Like it's an absurd statistic or number.
So like binge drinking under, I guess that's like university policy, is very low. But like when binge drinking are weekends of like, I even think about like senior year, Thursdays are the best night of the week to go out. So it was like we went out Thursday, went out Friday, went out Saturday. Claudia and I would go get big beers on Sunday. Monday off, Tuesday, $2 Tuesdays. Like it was just a lot. Like it was just a lot to offer to happen. Like it was just like that lifestyle.
And it's important to recognize what binge drinking is, because I think binge drinking is kind of the term that everyone teaches you in DARE class. That's like, if you binge drink, you're going to become an alcoholic and die. That is not the case. Binge drinking is a very broadly used term to define drinking a lot really quickly in a short amount of time that is not necessarily what happens at college campuses. Like, you can go out and you can day drink and you can drink a case of beers throughout the entire day, but that might be 2 beers an hour. Like, while that might be heavy drinking for some people, I don't qualify that as binge drinking.
Yeah, it sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Yeah, like, so
I just
you
wanted
have
to
to
say,
be.
number one rule in college is that you can't be an alcoholic in college.
Oh my god.
Just had to put that out there. If you're just drinking podcast, I had to put that out there.
He
You
would say
just
that to
have to-
me like literally every single day. Every single freaking day.
And you
Did it
tell me
work
you're
on
more
you?
than alcoholic.
It did work on me because then he'd be at our house. But I remember you'd even trick me sometimes. You'd be like, "You want to come?" He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come over and we can do after work together." And I'm like, "Okay." And he pulls up and he has his laptop with him, but then he also has a case of Natty, and I'm like, "That's not how you do work."
Bro, it's thinking fuel.
Thinking fuel.
Yeah.
I don't. Never mind.
I just think it's important to know, going back to what your limit is,
Yeah.
and understanding your relationship with alcohol. Some people, and that's with any drugs, some people have a very addictive personality. You do it once and you're hooked. Other people can do everything and not have an issue with it. Be honest with yourself about that. That's the most important piece of advice, I think, or maybe the only advice you'll get from this podcast, is be honest with yourself about your drinking and drug habits.
Yeah, because it's college. Like, you're gonna, chances are that you're gonna drink. But like, I mean, we can, like, it's gotten, like, I like how our group, I feel like most of our friend group, honestly, maybe not Killeen, but we can do things without there being alcohol involved. And it's like, that shouldn't be your entire college experience, Killeen.
Okay, I can go to Six Flags without getting drunk because I know I'll throw the fuck up.
You complained that you didn't have a beer for the car ride there.
Okay, yeah, going to the car ride. It's like an hour-long car ride.
Oh my god.
This sounds so bad.
It really does.
This sounds
So-
so bad.
Bouncing back to deals
This
on
is an
Main
intervention
Street.
now.
Well,
Bouncing back to
going to the binge drinking, I think it's important. Tips and tricks to avoid it: do not mix with caffeine. Everyone wants to drink vodka Red Bulls. Not a good plan.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Because Kate's has
Okay.
this bullshit thing where they think it's okay to serve $7 vodka Red Bulls. Great deal. Amazing deal. But when you have like 2 or 3 of those, oh my god. Oh my god. No.
When
Bad.
you've had too much to drink, the body naturally falls asleep. If you caffeinate it beyond belief, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Don't mix your drinks with caffeine. Mix with things like Gatorade, juice, sodas, anything that's a non-alcoholic thing.
Yes.
You're good. Don't mix your drugs also. Weed is probably the only thing that you can, unless it makes you sick, that you can smoke and drink. Please, dear God, don't be mixing drugs and doing this and this and this and then getting super drunk. Like, it's kind of just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I can.
Obviously, we are not promoters of sobriety necessarily, but just drink the right way.
Yeah,
That's all we ask.
Promoters of sobriety, but we're also not promoters of just going batshit crazy and doing everything that you want at once.
Yeah.
So back to what Jay was saying with the different deals at Kate's and stuff like that. Do you guys want to talk about which bars and restaurants you think were the best for going out for partying, and which
Deer
are the
Park.
best deals and
Deer Park.
to hang out at?
Deer Park.
Fuck Deer Park.
Deer Park. Fuck. What?
I've had 2 jackets stolen from there. I hate Deer Park.
I honestly believe you were just too drunk and left them there.
Well, no,
that
I
might
was
have
trying to
happened.
find one when I was leaving. I remember that, and it was gone. It was a North Face too. I was tight.
Why would you wear a nice jacket
Yeah.
to the bars? That's your first mistake.
Because it was cold out, and I lived on Haines Street, which is like,
That's
for
fair.
everyone that
And you-
doesn't know, it's like a 15-minute walk.
And you probably just walked back to my house anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't really
Exactly.
remember the night that much. I know for a
Exactly.
fact I was looking for my jacket and it was gone.
Yeah, basically don't wear nice things going out
Yeah,
if you're
no.
Yeah.
nervous
Yeah.
about it and you're gonna take
To
them
Deer
off.
Park.
But yeah, Deer Park, best deals because pitchers. I don't care what anyone says. Pitchers is the best deal on campus. I hear that they're $8 now, which is upsetting, but still a great deal.
That's for mixed drinks, and you can only get Keystone Lights for $3 if you want to do that.
Oh, that's
But yeah, like
terrible.
everything
why
else.
did they do that? Oh, that's not good.
$8.
But yeah, so $8 for a pitcher. Get two of them. 16 tip, $20 for two pitchers. You can't beat it. It's amazing. So, and great music. They have their upstairs. Their upstairs is huge. There's so much space up there. It's a little different with COVID right now because there's no nighttime club atmosphere kind of thing, but they have a lot of space at Deer Park. I know on busier nights sometimes they'll even have like a DJ downstairs. Like they just have so much space. I think St. Patrick's Day, Deer Park is also the best.
We were probably there one of the last times before COVID, considering it was St. Patrick's Day, and
That
that's
was
like basically
literally the
when
last
everything
day.
started.
That
That was the last
day.
bar I ever went to. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Deer
yeah,
Park.
because we celebrated St. Patty's weekend the weekend before, because it was on a Tuesday or something. I remember actual St. Patty's Day was on lockdown.
Yes, yeah.
But like
So-
that weekend we celebrated.
Right. So I hands down Deer Park. Kate's is a close second. Very close second. I think Kate's was above Deer Park for a while, but no. Unpopular opinion, fuck Grottos. Like,
No, Grotto's number one, baby.
Yeah, I know you love Grottos, but there's a reason why you like Grottos so much. I don't like Grottos. That's not true. I like Grottos, but I need space. I want to just move. I want to dance. And Grottos
Grottos is a
that.
great bar. It is a great bar. People hype it up way more than it deserves.
It's really not
Like
all that.
literally all it is a bar. You stand there and you drink, or if you're lucky to get a seat and have a piece of pizza, like the drinks are good, they're cheap, but
You don't eat the pizza there.
Yeah.
God, it's a pizza place. How is our freaking like?
Okay, but you don't actually get the pizza from Grotto's.
Because it's disgusting.
Yes,
you get
exactly.
the bucket of
It's inedible.
fries.
Don't
get
Their
the pizza.
fries are delicious.
They do have
The
very
pizza's
good.
But-
literally inedible.
Yeah,
I've
correct.
also heard they have
Kate's-
fire Moz sticks for when you're drunk. Because I know that's
Kate's
pretty good.
will
drunk
always
flavor.
have my heart.
I love kids.
Kate's will
See, I'm
always
not a
have my heart.
dancer. I'm not a dancer, so Kate's
Yeah.
wasn't.
Oh, you know I'm
It's
a
not
dancer.
even that. It's
Open
more
up that
space.
circle, bitch.
It's more space. They've got 3 bars in there.
They do.
4
Yeah.
bars, technically. They technically have 4 bars.
4, yeah.
They have the main
20
downstairs.
Yeah, I was gonna say 21-year-olds when COVID's done, utilize that upstairs back bar.
No one's ever there.
important. No one's there. You'll always get your drinks.
You have 2
Go to that
main
back
bars.
bar.
You've got a main downstairs, main upstairs, and then a
Yeah,
back
2.
bar on both floors.
Yeah, they've got a lot. I mean, Deer
Yeah.
Park has 3. Grottos has 2. So all of them have multiple. I guess.
Grottos has like 1.5.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
never.
but the Grotto's one like loops around like most of the bar.
Yeah, but then there's the one on the side near the games, near the window.
Yeah, and they also have another one too.
The sidebar. The sidebar does not count. Don't tell me the sidebar counts.
Yeah,
It
that
does
one
not count.
they rarely serve from that one.
Yeah, the only time I
Yeah.
remember them serving from there was the winter Grottos party thing where they had the pouches.
They had
Oh,
they
yeah.
had specialty drinks
Yeah,
and stuff.
I don't know. I've never. seen them.
Also, there's other like Santa Fe and Homegrown. They are not party bars, but like they are like we talked about Homegrown a little bit. Santa Fe is like the Mexican restaurant that's there.
Bro,
Fantastic margaritas.
margaritas.
Spicy rim margaritas all the way.
And Homegrown
Right.
has great deals, even though they kick you out
Yeah.
sometimes, or not kick you out, but cut you off.
Yeah,
Or kick you out.
Yeah,
And-
Santa Fe. Go get a hurricane. Call it a day. Literally call it a day because you're not doing anything after that. Yeah,
I
and
think
then
the
I've
only
heard-
time I get margs there was like when me, Michaela, and Colleen would like split one. Cause like that's too much sugar. They're intense, but they are so good.
They're so good. Eric, Killeen, and I, when we went to Santa Fe, we got what did we get? We got a Corona-Rita.
2 Corona-Ritas.
Yeah, the hurricane. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
it was a bad idea.
I remember
this is not
we-
smart.
We went there and I was like, can I get a beer? And they're like, sure. And then I hear you guys, can we get 2 frozen Corona-Ritas? And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be that kind of night.
It happened. Another bar that, I mean, I have not been to, maybe Killeen because he's there. They have a karaoke bar there now.
Oh, you would have loved that.
I'm really pissed off that they decided to open that the year after I left, but it's fine. I'll get there eventually. But I hear that that place is a lot of fun. It's in a I don't want to say bad spot. It's on South Main, which is like away from Main Street. It's kind of further away. Same with Pat's. But I hear that it's a lot of fun to go with your friends, get a group, go sing karaoke. I hear that they have insanely strong drinks. So maybe you only have to pay for one drink instead of two. Sounds kind of nice. I don't know. Also, another sleeper that people don't talk about, Timothy's. Timothy's is a great bar.
I've never been there, but I've heard good things.
You
about
never
it.
been to Timothy's?
Yeah, I've never been there.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, Timothy's was great. Timothy's was back. I don't even know what that's considered back
Was
there.
that the
Old Mill
near
Road?
the dealership?
I know where it
Yeah.
is. I just
Yeah.
never been there.
Yeah.
Old
if
Mill
you're-
Road. It's
Yeah.
in the back. It's a huge green like mill looking.
Yeah, and
building.
they have like a whole balcony overlooking like a cliffside and everything. Like it's
I
super
have heard
nice
that the
there.
food is really good.
Yeah, and they have. I mean, again, COVID. I don't know, but they did do $3 Fireball shots on Fridays for a while, which you can shit
And
on
then-
Fireball all you
That
want.
just
but
sounds like pain.
I know.
Yeah.
But still, $3 Fireball shots. And Wednesday
I'll
nights
take
they
it.
had line dancing. Dude, Timothy's
Gross.
a sleeper.
Timothy's is an interesting. Go for the experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Line dancing and Fireball.
Did they used to do like a bottle of wine for like $10 or $15 or something?
It was buy one get one free.
Oh my god.
That's a dangerous night. All right, if they still have that, I definitely got to try that
Yeah,
out.
I know it's buy one get one or 50% off all bottles. One of the two. But like, how could you not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've covered everything that we can. We will go on forever and ever with all of our stories. So we got to pause at some point.
Yeah, this
But
could
if
go on for
anybody
a
else-
long time.
Does anybody else have any last tips, tricks, important things to know about drinking, drugs, and parties at UD?
Don't be Killeen.
Killeen, any last words?
Or if you're gonna
just
be
remember
cool-
you
Go all the way.
exactly. All right, yeah, you can't half-ass it.
Killeen, cheers. Those are your last words. Cheers.
Cheers. Also remember, can't be an alcoholic in college.
Yeah, it says the alcoholic
Words
in
of
college.
wisdom to live by.
Right.
Colleen, thank you for coming on.
Of course, it's a
this has
pleasure.
been a time.
It's very fun. Okay, we will see
Can't
you
wait
guys.
for the ratings to go through the roof. Oh my
They will. It'll be a great episode. Okay, we will see you guys next time.
Ciao.
Bye.
Peace.